Ngày cô bán bao nhiêu tờ?
Bán chân thì trăm mấy chục vé, nhưng mà nhỏ em mới lợi lấy phụ bán nhìn 70 à.
Cô nhiêu tuổi rồi?
Gần 80 rồi, 80 rồi.
Wow. Là một ngày trăm mấy hả? Vé hả?
Trăm mấy, nhưng mà nhỏ em nói lợi phụ lấy đi bán chứ đâu có bán nữa.
Dạ.
Bán ngày với lắm là 70 vé.
Nhưng mà vậy là ngày cô thu một vé lợi nhiêu ta? 1.000 hả?
She is 80 years old. Every morning, she sits here selling lottery tickets under the hot sun. She told me she sells around 70 to 100 tickets a day. And for each ticket, she earns only about 1,000 Vietnamese dong. Today, I was on my way to the market, but meeting her made me think about something else. The market is only a few hundred meters from my apartment. I usually walk because it gives me a chance to see what everyday life looks like around me.
Làm gì quen? Trời, bánh mì không lo bán, nói chuyện mà. Đi chợ.
Đi chợ bữa này còn quay vậy.
Coi phim là nhật ký cuộc sống rồi, bánh mì mà sướng dưới trời, ngồi nói điện thoại không?
Quay đi, đưa lên cho con bán đắt coi.
We go to the market. This is a traditional market. I like traditional markets because here I can choose many fresh things. Go shopping with me now. Let's go.
By 10 a.m., the market is already quieter. Most people have gone to work. The morning rush is over. One thing I enjoy about shopping at local markets is seeing familiar faces. I've seen this lady many times before. She always greets customers with a warm smile. Today, I stopped by her stall to buy a small piece of pineapple. In Vietnam, pineapple is often cooked with pork ribs. The sweetness of the fruit blends nicely with the savory flavor of the meat. It's a simple ingredient, but it can make a home-cooked meal feel much more special. Local markets are not just places to buy food. They are also places where small daily relationships quietly grow over time. Next, I stop by a pork stall that I often buy from. I've been coming here for quite a while, so the owner already recognizes me.
Sườn heo chị này bán thịt heo đầu chợ nè. Cuối chợ hay đầu chợ em mua anh ta?
Cuối sau chợ.
Quyền á. Bao đẹp luôn.
We spent a few minutes chatting about everyday things before I placed my order. Small conversations like this are very common in Vietnam. In traditional markets, shopping is often more personal than simply buying and leaving. Many customers return to the same vendors for years and slowly become familiar with each other. Today, I bought 140,000 Vietnamese dong worth of pork ribs. I'll use them later to make a simple pineapple braised rib dish for my family. The ribs looked fresh, and the owner carefully selected the pieces before packing them for me. Moments like this remind me why I still enjoy traditional markets. It feels less like a transaction and more like part of the neighborhood. These vegetables will become today's soup. Just a bundle of Malabar spinach and a sponge gourd. Nothing fancy, but this is the kind of food many Vietnamese families eat every day. Next, I bought some vegetables for soup, a bundle of Malabar spinach, and one sponge gourd. Together, they cost only 17,000 Vietnamese dong. Simple ingredients for a simple family
Hai bà
meal.
mình mà em lại hồi mà 70. Mình 50. 50 mà cái vàng em bán mà 12 lắm hả?
Xanh lè đẹp không?
Mua cho 1 cân coi.
Xíu nha.
The fruit stall was filled with tropical fruits: dragon fruit, bananas, longans, plums, and pineapples. Living in southern Vietnam means fresh fruit is never hard to find.
Cho mình châm đầu mùa cúng mùa ta.
After looking around for a while, I decided to buy 1 kilogram of rambutan.
Là
The vendor picked out the ripe ones and packed them into a small bag for me. It cost 30,000 Vietnamese dong.
nhỏ nhỏ không hả? Biết luôn trời, 2 trái nó mới đủ 1 ký nè. 30k 1 ký. Rồi chuyển khoản nha.
With everything packed in my bags, I started walking back home. Today's groceries were quite simple: pork ribs, vegetables, pineapple, and some fresh rambutan. I already had fish cakes at home for the soup. Altogether, the ingredients for today's dinner cost about 245,000 Vietnamese dong, or roughly 9 to 10 US dollars. For a family of 4, I think that's a pretty reasonable meal. Nothing fancy, just simple home cooking that many Vietnamese families enjoy every day. Sitting by the roadside was an elderly woman selling lottery tickets. She told me she was around 80 years old. Even at her age, she still comes here every day to earn a living. We talked for a few minutes. She told me she usually sells between 70 and 100 tickets a day. For each ticket, she earns only about 1,000 Vietnamese dong. It may not sound like much, but this is how she supports herself.
Wow. Là một ngày trăm mấy hả, vé hả?
Trăm mấy nhưng mà nhỏ em nó lợi phụ lấy đi bán chứ đâu có bán nữa.
Dạ.
Bán ngày chỉ lắm là 70 vé.
Nhưng mà vậy là ngày cô thu một vé lợi nhiêu ta?
1.000 đâu.
1.000 hả? Rồi chúc cô bán mau hết nha.
Cảm ơn cậu.
Dạ.
I only had a little cash with me, so I bought 1 ticket. It wasn't much, but sometimes a small gesture is better than walking away and doing nothing. Earlier today, I was shopping for food for my family: pork ribs, vegetables, and fresh fruit. But the part I remember most wasn't the market. It was meeting an 80-year-old woman still working under the sun. Sometimes ordinary days remind us to appreciate the things we often take for granted: a home, a family, and a warm meal waiting for us. Thank you for joining me, and I'll see you in the next video.